Well, shorter than normal simply because anything exceeding about 5 minutes requires editing and splicing, and I just wanted to do this as, I guess, as efficiently as possible. I'm going to show you a picture of me. This picture is probably, it's not a full body picture. It's probably from about, I'd say about 98, 99, about 98, 99. I was about, not quite, but almost about 200 pounds. At that point in life, I was living a very decadent lifestyle. Going out a lot and eating out a lot and basically just living youthfully, and having a good time. I don't regret any of that. But let me tell you something, and why I showed this picture. For one, I'm talking this evening about self-acceptance, and at almost 200 pounds, I was all hips and tits, tits and ass, tits and ass. And you cannot tell me at that time I was not the finest thing walking. I was very comfortable in my body. I enjoyed that body, as a matter of fact. I think that, in all honesty, that body had to go away because I started to fear as I got a little older. And I probably was that size a good 3 or 4 years, but I started to fear as I got a little older. I'm scared of getting older and not having good mobility. That scares me. When I see not even necessarily older folk, but let's say mature folk who are around my age now, who are maybe overweight, and I see a woman, let's say a woman or a man, it really doesn't matter, and I see them having a difficult time just getting from point A to point B. I'll be at my store, or I'll be out in public in the grocery store, and they're using the carts to get around, and I know that we're probably the same age, and for whatever reasons, bad knees, bad hips, and so that scared me enough for me to want to feel and look different. Now, when I was that size, I didn't necessarily have anything that I knew of anyway that was harming my body, like high blood pressure or any of those things that might be present with someone who's on a poor diet, which I definitely was. I ate what I wanted to eat. And but that scared me enough. And then I think around that time, shortly after, I moved to Georgia, and I wanted to look different, and long story, this, that, and the other. And so I started hitting the gym, working out. I lost weight. I think right now, at the current age that I am, I've kind of stabilized. My metabolism is fairly decent, even though, I'm older. My metabolism is fairly decent, so I still can recoup fairly well, but I think this is my comfortable size. I'm about 150 pounds, and somewhere around there, give or take 5, depending on the day of the month. And this feels comfortable to me. This feels comfortable to me. But not only does it feel comfortable to me, I started to think about a couple of days ago whether or not It is me liking my body now, which I do. I like my body. I like my face. I like my hair. I've accepted these things about me. But is it acceptance, or is it really a matter of just getting used to it? Do you get used to it? You know, sometimes I get out the shower, I look in the mirror, I check myself out, and I'm like, I like the way that I look. And there's been times where I've said to myself, I don't like the way that I look. But for the most part, it's taken decades for me to get to a place where I'm comfortable. And I just really am curious about other people's existence or other people's experiences with, particularly women, black women, with self acceptance when it comes to their aesthetics, their body. Have you always hated your hair? Have you grown to love your hair? Do you wear your hair naturally? Um, do you know what shapes and silhouettes work for your body? Meaning clothing. Have you found what works for you? I don't know if I've necessarily found what works for me, or if I have the answers, but I know that I am more comfortable with myself physically than ever in life. I mean, the 90s when I thought I was all that, you know. But, and I was large and in charge. But, yeah, I was just thinking about that and wondering if women around my same age, women of color around my same age, might looking for stuff, might feel the same way. Yeah, I was definitely, yeah, I thought that was cute as shit, and I was, but it wasn't right for me, obviously, because once I started off on just regular day to day and less decadence and less of the Sev and deadly sins, did this become my normal. I was just curious and wanted to talk about that, of wondering how people are feeling about themselves.